Hello, welcome back. Take a deep breath, settle in, and let go of the day's tension. Find that comfortable spot, close your eyes if you wish, and just allow your mind to drift. Tonight, we are going to take a long, unhurried journey back in time. We are going to explore a terrifying mystery that didn't play out on a smoky battlefield or in the halls of power, but rather, right inside one man's head. Before we turn the page and step into the autumn of 1983, I'd like to gently ask you to subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy these quiet, deep dives into the shadows of history and the human mind, your subscription helps this channel grow, or any of the journeys we have yet to take. And now, let us begin. What dictates your actions when you are suddenly faced with an overwhelming threat? For most of human history, we have relied on a fast, automatic, and highly emotional mind to keep us alive. It operates instantly, without our conscious effort. It is the part of you that feels sudden panic, the part that jumps at a loud noise, the part that screams, "React," before you even know what you are reacting to. It is ancient, powerful, and utterly essential for basic survival. But sitting right behind your forehead is something else entirely. A slow, deliberate, and highly analytical mind. This is the seat of your conscious reasoning. It is the part of you that does complex math, the part that plans for tomorrow, and most importantly, it is the part of you that hits the brakes when the fast mind tries to blindly pull the trigger. These two minds are in a constant, silent dialogue. The rational, deliberate mind acts as the manager, suppressing the wild impulses of the fast mind so that we can function. But what happens when the systems we build to protect ourselves are designed to bypass that rational manager completely? What happens when the survival of the human race depends on a single man's ability to defy his own training? To understand the gravity of that question, we have to understand the world in September 1983. The Cold War had reached a fever pitch of paranoia and aggression. The United States and the Soviet Union were not just political rivals. They were two heavily armed giants standing in a dark room, both waiting for the other to strike first. The rhetoric between the superpowers was venomous. Just 3 weeks earlier, on September 1st, a tragedy had shattered whatever fragile peace remained. Soviet interceptors had shot down Korean Airlines Flight 007 after it strayed into Soviet airspace, killing all 269 people on board. The world was outraged. The tension was palpable, thick enough to suffocate. Military exercises were being misinterpreted as actual invasion preparations, and the doomsday clock was inching closer to midnight. The doctrine of the era was mutually assured destruction. If one side launched a nuclear weapon, the other would instantly retaliate. There would be no time for diplomacy, no time for debate. The destruction of civilization would be an automated, mechanical reflex. Enter our protagonist, Stanislav Yevgrafovich Petrov. To understand how he ended up in the center of this geopolitical nightmare, we have to look at where he began. Stanislav was born in September 1939 in a small, quiet village near Vladivostok, in the far eastern reaches of the Soviet Union. His father was a fighter pilot who flew through the horrors of the Second World War. His mother was a nurse who mended the broken bodies left behind. He grew up in a world defined by conflict, sacrifice, and duty. You might expect a man from such a background to be a hardened, rigid soldier. But Stanislav was different. He studied at the Kiev Military Aviation Engineering Academy. He was, first and foremost, a scientist, an engineer. While the men around him were professional soldiers trained strictly to give and obey orders without question, Stanislav possessed a rigorously well-balanced, analytical mind. He understood the intricate, invisible architecture of complex machines. As a young boy playing in the fields of the Primorsky Krai, he could not possibly have known that 4 decades later, the entire weight of human history would rest squarely on his shoulders. We move forward to the night of September 26, 1983. Stanislav Petrov is now 44 years old. He is a lieutenant colonel in the Soviet Air Defense Forces. He is sitting deep underground in Serpukhov 15, a highly classified subterranean bunker hidden in the dark forests just outside of Moscow. The air in the bunker is stale, thick with the constant droning hum of massive mainframe computers and the sharp scent of ozone and cheap tobacco. This concrete box is the nervous system of the Soviet nuclear defense. Petrov is the commanding officer on duty, tasked with monitoring OKO, a brand new state-of-the-art early warning satellite network. OKO's sole purpose is to stare down at the United States from space and detect the thermal flash of intercontinental ballistic missiles launching from their silos. Because Petrov helped design the bunker and its technology, he knows a terrifying secret. The system is not entirely foolproof, but the military protocol of 1983 does not account for nuance. The process is a strict, unforgiving sequence of actions that leaves absolutely no room for error. If the satellites detect a launch, the computer will alert the bunker. Petrov's duty, his only duty, is to pick up a red phone, call the Soviet High Command, and report the attack. Once that phone call is made, the slow, analytical minds of politicians will be bypassed. The fast, retaliatory strike will begin. Millions will die in minutes. It is just past midnight. The bunker is quiet. The men are drinking coffee, watching the green glow of the monitors. And then, the silence shatters. A jarring, deafening alarm rips through the room. The lights flash blood red. On the massive main screen, a single terrifying word illuminates the dark. Launch. The computer reports, with the highest level of certainty, that a Minuteman intercontinental ballistic missile has just been fired from a base in the United States and is hurtling toward the Soviet Union. Instantly, the fast, primal minds of everyone in the bunker take over. Panic floods the room. Junior officers freeze, their eyes locked on the burning red letters. Their evolutionary instincts are screaming that they are under attack, that death is raining down from the stratosphere. The strict military protocol demands action. The system has spoken. Pick up the phone. Report the launch. Act. Petrov stares at the screen. The alarm is deafening. The pressure is crushing. But right at this critical, fragile moment, he refuses to surrender to the panic. He forces his slow, analytical mind to engage. He looks at the raw data. He thinks, if they were starting a nuclear war, why would they launch just one missile? It doesn't make logical sense. He makes a terrifying decision. He tells his terrified men to stand down. He classifies the alarm as a system malfunction. He breathes out. The fast mind is subdued, but his relief lasts for less than a minute. The alarm suddenly blares again, louder. The screen flashes, a second launch, then a third, a fourth, a fifth. The glowing text changes from launch to missile attack. 5 nuclear warheads are inbound. The system's reliability is absolute. The countdown to impact is ticking away. The fast-thinking, panicked mind is no longer just a whisper. It is a roar, echoing off the concrete walls of the bunker. Petrov sits in the red light, his hand resting near the phone. By all the laws of military doctrine and technological certainty, the world is about to end, and he has less than 15 minutes left to decide if he will be the one to end it. The air inside feels completely frozen under the relentless, crushing blare of the sirens. Red emergency lights flash across the concrete walls, casting long, distorted shadows that look like ghosts of an impending apocalypse. On the massive main screen, a single word burns into the retinas of the duty crew, a word that in the year 1983 meant an absolute death sentence for hundreds of millions of human beings. Missile attack. 5 American Minuteman intercontinental ballistic missiles, according to the brand new OCO satellite network, are already in the air, hurtling through the stratosphere toward the Soviet Union. The computer algorithms, entirely devoid of human doubt, display the highest level of threat certainty. There is almost no time left to comprehend what is happening, and every tick of the clock drags the planet closer to the point of no return. Try to feel the physical, almost tangible weight of this exact moment. Imagine the adrenaline violently flooding Stanislav Petrov's body as a colossal, invisible battle rages inside his mind between 2 fundamental systems of human thought. The first system, the fast, automatic, and highly emotional mind, is our evolutionary autopilot, hardwired for immediate survival. It screams inside his head, demanding that he blindly follow military protocol, pick up the red telephone, and report the strike before the enemy warheads vaporize the bunker. Around him, the young junior officers are paralyzed by a primal terror, staring at their commander, waiting for him to validate their panic and do exactly what they have been drilled to do for years: trigger the automated reflex of mutually assured destruction. The entire machinery of the Cold War was built precisely for this moment, to act as an unthinking, instantaneous retaliation that bypasses any capacity for human hesitation. But Stanislav Petrov finds the strength to engage his slow, deliberate, analytical mind. As an engineer who helped design the very system screaming at him, he forces himself to look past the flashing lights and blaring sirens in search of cold, mathematical logic. He begins to weigh the variables. If the United States were truly launching a preemptive nuclear strike to eliminate their rival, they would never launch only 5 missiles. That would be strategic suicide, guaranteeing a swift and catastrophic counterstrike from the Soviet Union. A real first strike would be overwhelming, a massive rain of thousands of warheads designed to cripple every command post simultaneously. 5 isolated dots on a monitor do not look like a war. They look like a glitch. A machine, lacking human reason, simply executes its code blindly, incapable of pausing to think. Petrov realizes that at this moment, he is the only manager left in the room who still has functioning brakes. He reaches out and picks up the heavy receiver. But instead of contacting the Soviet High Command to initiate the apocalypse, he dials the duty officer at the Air Defense Headquarters. His voice remains unnervingly calm, a stark contrast to the sheer chaos vibrating through the bunker. He clearly states that the early warning system is delivering false information and that a technical malfunction is occurring. He hangs up the phone. The decision is made, but the most agonizing trial is only just beginning. Petrov cannot be absolutely certain of his choice. Because of the Earth's curvature, Soviet ground radars cannot see into deep space. They will only detect real missiles in the final minutes before impact. This means that for the next 15 minutes, the entire crew must sit in absolute paralyzing silence, waiting to see if the world is about to end. Think about what was passing through the mind of this man, who decades earlier was just a young boy playing in the quiet fields of a village near Vladivostok. If his analytical reasoning is flawed, he has just doomed his entire country to burn without a single chance to fight back. The digital countdown on the wall falls away with agonizing slowness. The men breathe heavily, sweat dripping down their pale faces as the calculated time of impact approaches. The seconds pass. A minute, 2 minutes. There is no blinding flash of light on the horizon. The earth beneath their feet does not shudder. The ground radars finally send a short, clear message. The skies are empty, and no targets have been detected. The heavy concrete walls of Serpukhov 15 remain standing, and the silence that settles over the room becomes the most beautiful sound in the universe. It is the sound of a planet being allowed to keep spinning. The investigation launched by scientists and engineers days later revealed a cause that is both terrifying and profoundly absurd. It was a rare, microscopic alignment of the cosmos. The sun had positioned itself at a highly specific angle behind high-altitude clouds over North Dakota. The orbiting Soviet satellite caught this intense, blinding solar glare directly in its lens, and its rigid, automated programming misinterpreted the thermal signature as the fiery exhaust of launching American rockets. A simple trick of light on the clouds was all it took to bring human civilization to the absolute edge of extinction. You would expect that after such an impossible triumph of reason, Stanislav Petrov would be carried out of the bunker as a global hero, showered with medals and praised by the leaders of the world. But the vast military machine does not reward those who break protocol and expose its hidden flaws. The Soviet High Command was deeply embarrassed that their prized billion-ruble satellite system had committed such a catastrophic error. Instead of honors, Petrov was subjected to intense, exhausting hours of interrogation and handed an official reprimand. The formal reason for his punishment? In the chaotic rush to save the world, under the weight of unimaginable psychological pressure, the lieutenant colonel had simply forgotten to fill out the daily logbook. His promising military career was shattered that night. He suffered a severe nervous breakdown, was quietly sidelined to a minor post, and was soon forced into early retirement. For decades, the man who held the fate of the earth in his hands lived a quiet, impoverished life in a small apartment outside Moscow, his story buried under the suffocating weight of state secrecy. The truth only leaked out in the late 1990s, forcing humanity to shudder at how close we all came to the abyss. The story of Stanislav Petrov forces us to confront a chilling reality about our modern world. We like to believe that our safety is securely guaranteed by treaties, by presidents, and by incredibly complex mathematical systems of technological defense. We build these perfect machines, delegate control over our survival to them, and blindly trust their infallibility. But the ghost of that night in Serpukhov 15 whispers a different truth. It reminds us that machines have no conscience, and that our fast, emotional minds will gladly follow orders into the abyss if the system commands it. The only thing standing between civilization and absolute ash is the delicate, fragile web of human reason. The world was not saved by a weapon, a politician, or a computer. It was saved by one man's ability to hit the brakes. So the next time you feel panic rising and life demands a fast, destructive reaction, take a deep breath. Remember Stanislav Petrov, and take a moment to be grateful for that slow, rational manager sitting quietly behind your eyes, keeping you, and perhaps the entire world, safe. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Take care of your mind, and I will see you in the next story.